Hey, friends, there seems to be a lot of energy here about the inner work that we do and the transformation that we are undergoing. So that's part of our message, the weekly intuitive message for this week of February 20th through the 26th of 2023. Oh my God, that was really hard to say. All those 20s. I'm in a strange mood today, folks. Tomorrow we have a new moon in Pisces, and that is also impacting us, and I think it's showing itself in our reading. You also get to pick an oracle card. Let me mention that I am using the Shining Woman Tarot deck, which was my very first deck that I got. It was actually a gift from my brother to me in the early 1990s. And I love using it because I remember learning with it. So it's fascinating, and it's not like the regular tarot. It has meanings beyond some of those symbolisms. But you also get to pick an oracle card from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. Do you need the message from card A, B, or C? Please tap into your intuition. Listen to that inner voice. You'll be guided to the right message for you. We've got some good messages this week, actually. So let's dive in because I was having difficulty with one card in this reading, and Spirit finally let me know what the heck it's supposed to be. All right. So the first card that came out is the Six of Birds. This is about the information we take in into the subconscious when we're not even aware that we're taking in the information. If you can see, there is a person laying here on a pallet, and all these birds are here representing the messengers, bringing the messages that we need, that we receive while we're sleeping. We receive them in our dreams. They can also be downloads that we get. And I don't know about you, but I I've been told by others that I receive downloads, but I don't always kind of remember them. Or, I end up having knowledge about things that it's like, I don't know. I don't know where that came from. And it comes from these downloads. So these messages here, this may be even though this is a full moon in the card, we have a new moon this week, and maybe that's the new messages that you're beginning to get. Now, the second card is the one that I couldn't quite figure out. It wasn't coming to me, this message of how it fit in, and now I understand. It's the Nine of Stones, and it's much more tangible and materialistic, but it is impacted. Our outer world is impacted by our inner world. So this card usually represents stability, self confidence, self reliance, abundance. And if we are not confident in ourselves and deep inside, we may not be confident on the outside either. So it is about working on the inside so that the outside is reflective of it. Okay. The nine of stones is that working very hard and creating a life of satisfaction and an abundance, and in the bigger sense of abundance, having the family and the friends and the activities and the hobbies that give you joy, all of those things. It's not just about money. Never. There's a lot of things that are about money, but when it comes to our own love of life, that's not usually anything about money. The next card that came out is the Knower of Rivers. And this brings us back to the first card, okay? The Because this is the Knight of Cups in the regular tarot, but it has a very, very different meaning on this in this deck. The Knight of the Snow of Rivers is emerging from this cave. This is us. This is who we are. We're emerging from that healing work and that introspection that we have taken on to see where these old programmings that we still carry, the old beliefs, the old ideas about ourselves, our old the limits holding us back. We've gone into the cave to say, okay, why? Why do I believe this about myself? Why do I believe that I can't do X, Y, and Z? Why? And we've done it. We've done it. Maybe we've had the breakthrough. We've had the aha moment. We're emerging from the cave, and this knower is holding a snake in one hand and a fish in the other. And it is about what we've gained from that contemplation, that self healing, that really going inside and figuring out, why do we hold on to these ideas that hold us back? We don't need to hold on to them. Once we've let them go, we've got the two of trees here. We are starting the next cycle. We've got the plan. Where are we going on our path? And this person is ready to go. They've made a plan to go forward with the life that they want, the life that we want. We've got to have a plan. The last card that came out is a great one. It's the Death card. It's transformation. It's finally putting those old beliefs and limiting thoughts behind us. They are basically in the coffin, and this is the nail in the coffin, if you will. And we're letting them go. We're letting them go, and so we're reborn. The Death card is really about a death of the old cycle and the rebirth of a new. So we're reborn. We're starting anew. The sun is shining. We're starting anew. That's the message. So have you done the work? Have you emerged from that contemplation? What have you gained in insight about yourself and where you want to go and what you need to leave behind? Okay, have you picked a message from the oracle cards? A, B, or C? Go ahead and pause the video if you need to. If you picked A, you got corn. This is about the seeds that you have planted, the work you've done in your own garden, and the harvest that you are about to receive. So, this is about good fortune and abundance and everything that you need to sustain yourself. And it's a sustenance, physically, mentally, emotionally, creatively, the sustenance that you need. Corn represents that. So you've got some good fortune this week. That's a blessing. Good for you. Excellent. For those of you who picked B, you have the Witness. In one hand, she's got an eye that is glowing. She sees all. This this message for you this week, those of you who picked B, is about the observation that you need to make. The stillness, going into stillness, observing and listening. You may this week have to hold space for someone else and listen to their troubles or their worries. And you may have to validate their emotional their emotions and their emotional place by just saying, I hear you. I hear you. So you have an important role this week because I, this has happened for me where I felt like I was the witness. And, um, it can be a heavy duty role, but it is also, in a way, it's an honor and a gift that you're given because you have the strength to hold that space and be present for someone who may need you in that way. For those of you who picked C, you've got the smoky mirror. Now, what I got from this is smoky means something is quite unknown, is not quite clear. Something is obscured. So you may still be in the cave working on some mystery within your own psyche, or if that is not it, it could be that some situation is not quite clear. So um, do not make your conclusions until more information is there. Having some clarity is important, and there is this halo of light around the Buddha's head. So, which tells me is give it some time, and you will have some clarity. You will get some insight on whatever is going on, whether it's with your own issues inside, your healing, or some situation that is outside of you. So you have the smoky mirror this week. You can't see everything that's going on yet, but you will. You will. So be patient. So, those are the messages for this week. I want to thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing. I truly appreciate it. If you would like a personal reading with me, there's information below. I will actually be at Solstice in the Veil on February 26th, doing readings from 1 to 5. And then the fair season begins, and I will be at the Omaha Holistic Fair in March 11th and 12th. I will be out at the Zenfest at the end of March, and that's in Grand Island. And at the end of April, I'll be out at the Soulfest in Kearney, Nebraska. So the fair season begins, which is always fun. I love all of it. It's so much fun, and I meet so many new people. So look for me at those fairs or email me below if you would like a reading. Take care, and I'm wishing you many blessings for a wonderful, transformative week.